Hello everyone. In last class we have discussed about evaluation of a domain and range for given function. Now here we are going to start with the miscellaneous exercise, that is exercise 1, in which mixed forms of question we have to discuss, somewhat based on a range and domain and somewhat with a different category. So in order to that, first we are going to discuss first question only, in which two functions are defined with the different range. So here you have to show that your first function means your f is a function, whereas the second relation, that is g, is not a function. So here two relations f and g are being defined here for the different range. You have to show that first one is considered as a function, another relation is not a function. So why it is so, we have to justify our answer. Now here first we will talk about the first relation, that is fx. When we were talking about a function criteria, we have seen that regarding each value of x you will have a single answer in your second set, or same value for x will never give you two solutions in set B. If in any of the category, if this type of combination you generate, you can say that that relation will not be considered as a function form, otherwise it will become under the criteria. So let's try to discuss about the first relation which is available as, in this first relation form, from x 0 to 3 or including 0 or 3, if you are talking about the number, your relation will be used as a x squared. If you are going to select x value from 3 to 10 or including 3 and 10, your relation is being defined as a 3x. So here we just find out, because your 3 is a common value here in between these two different range. So for single value for x, answer as a function value should come same in your second set. If it is differ, that means we can say that it will not be considered as a function. If in both the case, if it is coming same, that means you can say that your relation will consider as a function. So here first of all we talk about the first function, in which x square and 3x, both we will check for this intermediate value, that is x is equal to 3. Because in both the cases it can be checked, these two value if coming same, that means your f will consider as a function, means for one value you are having single answer only. So let's go for the first case, x is equal to 3 for fx x square. What you will have here? f3 means 3 square, that means 9. So regarding 3 you map to 9, means function value here you are getting as a 9. Second case, again at x is equal to 3, your this relation, it is 3x. Substitute over there, 3 into 3, again you are generating 9. Mean you can say this 3 is going to map at 9 in both the cases. It doesn't matter you deal with this relation or you deal with this relation. That means a single value having a single image in your second set. That's why your f is a function. Now come to the second relation, that is gx. It was all about for fx. Now second case for gx. Here you can say your 2 is a intermediate number, means in both the range it is common. So at x is equal to 2, we will find out these two relation value. Again, if these two values are coming same, that means you can say that your g is also a function. If these two are the distinct one, means one value mapped to two solution, that is not the criteria we have discussed as a function. So here first of all, your gx is given as x square for range x is equal to 2, we will check out. Second, this is 3x for x is equal to 2. Okay, now first, for x is equal to 2, your gx is x square. So this g2 will give you 2 square means 4 answer. For x is equal to 2, your gx is available as a 3x for the second case. So your g2 will give you 3 into 2 means 6 answer. If you look at the mapping of 2, it is giving you two distinct answers, that is 4 and 6. So practically we have discussed about this criteria. This is the 2 giving you two solution as a image or mapping. So this is not allowed for a relation to be a function. That's why your G2 giving you two solution. So this way it will not be allowed on basis of the basic criteria. So here you can say that G is not a function, it is relation only. So this way you have to check it out for a different given relations with different given range. Now the next we are going to discuss question number 3, in which domain regarding the given function we have to find it out. Domain we have to find it out means regarding x, what the range we can select for a given function we have to decide about. So this is the question number 3, in which domain we are going to find. If your fx is available as x square plus 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 8x plus 12. Now here, let's try to convert your fx with certain factors. This you can write as x plus 1 whole square. Now domain we have to decide about, it is being a perfect square range. So whatever the value of x here you are going to be right, it will turn to a positive quantity. So obviously it is not going to be effective here. Definitely somewhat value you will have regarding the numerator. Now if for any of the value this denominator term turns to 0, so this fraction will turn to infinite form. So that value we have to find it out, for which this expression turn is 0, and that value we have to cut from R, because this is applicable for all the R values, means everywhere you will talk about the real value solution. So from that R, obviously this is being a quadratic one, so it will give you two solutions. So we have to find it out values of x for which this term tends to 0, means that value we will cut from the R group. So separately we will discuss about the solution of that. It should not turn as a 0. Now make it factorize. 6x minus 2x plus 12, x minus 6. Factor everybody is clear about. In lower classes you have studied well. Now two brackets, two factor here we have generated, that product should not be is equal to 0. So two values it will give to you. X minus 6 should not be, so x should not be is equal to 6, or secondly x minus 2. So x should not be your 2. So these two value 2 and 6 you have to cut from R, means what the domain, what the value of x you are going to substitute here and here, that will give you the solution regarding the domain. For these two value, for 2 and 6, this will turn to 0 and the whole expression will turn to infinite. That's why domain of fx you will write as all the real value you can select except these two value. These two value you will cut from this group. Otherwise, all the value, anything you can select as a domain of fx, means any of the value you can select as x other than 2 and 6. So this way this fractional terms are to be discussed for domain and range. Now in last class we have discussed about evaluation of domain and range for square root term, for modulus term. So next some more questions we are going to discuss based on that. This is question number 4, in which fx is available as square root of x minus 1, and here we have to discuss about domain and range of given function, means what the x limit we are having for substitution and what the answer form you will have as a fx solution. So first obviously we will discuss about the domain evaluation. So here your fx is available as a square root form. In last exercise also one question we have discussed regarding the square root, in which we have selected the value of x such a way that give you only either 0 solution or positive solution. Here x minus 1 should come out either as a 0 or as a positive answer. It can't carry negative answer. If negative answer you will write, it will give you imaginary solution that we want to discuss here. So to get the real solution regarding this square root of x minus 1, the basic criteria you should have as this x minus 1 should be greater than or equal to 0. Negative value we will not write. So this will give you the idea about the x selection. Both the side make addition by 1. So this will give you, means x should be either equal to 1 or greater than 1. So it can be expressed in a interval form. So domain of fx you can write as x we can select from, as equality sign is there, you will write this big bracket 1, and greater than 1 means the last limit is a positive infinite, because everything here we are going to discuss on R. So it will be your positive infinite. Your infinite terms are not definite, that's why here we will use an open interval sign. So this is all about the domain of fx. Now come to the next topic, that is range of fx. So for range, here you can see your term means this is your y. So as you are dealing with the x minus 1, means x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, means you can say on taking it as a y square, you can say it your x minus 1 already you have discussed as a greater than or equal to 0, means your y square will also be greater than or equal to 0, or you can say on taking square root on both the side, y should be greater than or equal to 0. Y means your function value, and function value, that means indirect way we are talking here about the range of fx. So here your fx will carry the value either 0 or greater than 0. So about the range of fx, here we can say that your y means function value will belongs to an interval in which 0 will include up to positive infinity. So this way both are to be decided about the range, and in normal case you will talk about a real set number, that means set R. In any of the particular question regarding your domain and range, any particular set is being defined like natural number, like set of integers, so at that time you are restricted to certain limit, otherwise everywhere you will talk about the R solution. So this way domain and range you can decide about any of the square root form. Now next is a modulus form, that also 1 or 2 questions we have discussed. So I think somewhat it will be clear to you if you have gone through. And these are the important questions from examination point of view. Logical, if logic is clear, then only you are able to write down the solution, otherwise lots of problem may be rise. Now here the next function is available in question number 5. fx has a modulus of x minus 1. Here also we have to find it out. Domain and range of fx on R. Everywhere we will discuss on R only. Now first we will talk about obviously the domain. Here as we have to talk on R, each value regarding x you can select from R, anything you can select, there is a no restriction regarding selection of a value of x. So as a domain, all the values of R means the set R as such you can select for solution. So here domain of fx is your set R as such. Now secondly, range. For range of fx you will talk about. As it is being a modulus function, two type of solution it will give. First is either it will give you 0 solution, means if you select x as a 1, it will give you 0 answer, means that is also neither your positive or nor. So 0 you will write as a one of the solution. Remaining for all the positive or negative solution, as we are dealing with the modulus one, answer will come out as a positive solution only. We all are clear about from the definition of a modulus function. So it will never give you a single negative answer as you are dealing with the absolute sign. So it will include two type of solution. First, either you will have a solution as a 0 value, or all positive value in R. So as a range you can write R plus in combined with the 0. So here in an interval form or as an answer form, if you are going to define your range, you can write it as range of fx as 0 union with the all positive value regarding your real set. So this way all the modulus functions you can discuss for a domain and range. Now here next, again based on evaluation of a range, these all questions are the important one because these all are available with the different combination. If basics are clear, easily you can discuss about all type of combinations. Now here the next question, that is 6 only. Express function as, this is x square upon x square plus 1, where x belongs to R. Now here f is again defined from R to R. So here we have to find out range of fx. Means what the solution you will get here. Now first of all, your given function we can write as fx, x square upon x square plus 1. Here we try to understand the meaning of this fractional form. So in x square, everywhere for each combination 1 is going to be added. So obviously everywhere x square plus 1 will carry large value as compared to this x square. Just for example, we can select one or two values to make conclusion about the range. Suppose we take here x is equal to 1. What the fx you will have? 1 square upon 1 plus 1 square means 1 by 2. It is less than 1. X square is equal to 2. F of the 2, if you take 2 square upon 1 plus 2 square means 4 by 5. This is also less than 1. Everywhere you will have all the values will be less than 1. Suppose we take for x is equal to 3. F of 3 you will have as a 9 upon 9 plus 1 means 9 by 10. Again it will carry less than 1. So only one solution will give you the different answer, means at x is equal to 0, 0 upon anything it will turn to 0. So in the beginning we can select x is equal to 0 because from R we have to take, and for all negative or positive value as both are carrying x square, negative solution will never be evaluated here. At x is equal to 0, your f0 will carry 0 upon 1, that means 0 only. So accept this case, all the solution will give you less than 1 value. Means you can say for all the combinations which are going to be taken from R as a domain, means for all the values of x which we are going to select as a domain, your answer will come either 0 or less than 0. It will never be tends to 1 because it is 1 upon 1 plus something. Even equality with 1 never you will reach. So from the conclusion of all this evaluation we can write the range about this function as your x square plus 1 is greater than x square. So range of fx you can say it will be, means y will belongs to close interval 0, 0 we are going to tens, that's why close interval, and 1 mean less than. Or in interval if you want to express, it will be equal to 0 or less than 1. So this way with different combination, different type of range we have to define. So it was all about the dominant range evaluation. Now we move to the next category, that is addition, subtraction and division of a given functions. Now move towards the question number 7. Such type of questions we had not attended singular. Now here two functions f and g. F is being defined from R to R. G is also defined from R to R such that your fx is expressed as x plus 1, whereas gx is expressed as 2x minus 3. So here we have to find it out. F plus g, f minus g and f upon g. Now first we move towards the f plus g. It is a normal addition. Make them separate. Substitute the respective expression form. Make add or subtract a like term, that is 3x minus 2. So this way addition you can write. In the same manner subtraction, or even it is not being asked, even multiplication of two functions you can express. So the second one, it is f minus gx, means fx minus gx. So as the subtraction we are going to perform, bracket is to be formed in between. Make your sign change. Like term, adjust, it will give you 4 minus x. Now division. This is x plus 1 upon 2x minus 3. When you are talking about division of the two functions, you have to avoid the value of x for which your denominator tends to 0. So that value we will find it out first, and that x should not be equal to that particular value. So first we will discuss about evaluation of x for which x should not tends to 0. Here you can see at x is equal to 3, this will tends to 0, means this term will tends to infinite. So this fractional expression you can write with this limit. Here we are not restricted to any value of x. But here, as we are dealing with the fractional form, we have to avoid this gx tends to 0. So, when you are going for selection of the value of x, this x should not be selected as a 3 by 2. So, this way, such type of algebra, it is called addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, you can deal. Now here one more combination, that is question number 8 is available to you with the different category. Here your function is available with the ordered pair 1 1. This is value of x, this is value of fx. Everywhere in each combination you will deal with the same. Your f is defined from z to z such a way that your fx is ax plus b. Here on basis of this ordered pair, find a and b. So first we select this combination. For 1 1 means x is equal to 1, your fx is 1. Substitute in this one. Means this is a one equation you will have. Second one, we will select this third pair. Means 0 and minus 1. Means x is equal to 0. Your fx is minus 1. Substitute here. A into 0 plus b. Means this will be turned as 0. B you are getting is minus 1. This b you will substitute over here. Substitute here. This you shift toward that side. So A will come out as 2. So this way unknown quantity you can find it out. So here A is equal to 2 and B is equal to -1 are the values for unknown given solution. So this is the another category you may have in a exam. Thank you.